just donating a very specific amount to Shift and the guys to say grats on getting to GDQ and hello to all the SpongeBob speedrunners up there. Derpington with $20 says, so happy to finally see Battle for Bikini Bottom at AGDQ and run by Shift. He has pushed this game to ridiculous levels and inspired me to start speedrunning myself. Put this towards the lost levels, two player, one controller. We have a $200 donation from Team Frog Nugget. Says, choosing something to say was harder than choosing to donate. $5 from Pasta Man. AGDQ and SGDQ are the highlights of the year, less than 3. $80 from Erased85. Thanks for everything that you do. $10 from Golgoth. Thanks to the whole AGDQ staff and runners for their amazing job and dedication to fight for a great cause and hopefully beat cancer. Also, thanks to the French Restream and the commentators for sacrificing their sleep time to provide us with such a great event. Plankton donates $59.75, says, just got some of those amazing t-shirts, best lineup of merch to date. Here's the rest of my donation budget. I heard the animals say, if you kill us, you're gonna have a bad time. Sounds like a good idea to me. Putting half this towards killing the animals and the other half to fighting the super hard genocide boss. SH170 donates $150. I'm happy to be able to donate to such a great cause. Best of luck to all the runners and kill the animals. Alex97 donates $100. I loved this game when I was a kid, and I recently discovered the speedrunning community around it. I was pleasantly surprised by it. I'm happy to be a part of such a great community now, and I hope it gets even better. Good luck to Shift on his run. Yay for SpongeBob and nay to cancer. Librizzi donates $100. Krusty Krab training video is the greatest episode of all time, and if you believe differently, you're full of hoopla. A spiky block with the $10.59 donation. Greetings from SpongeBob's Dream. Long-time run killer, first-time donator. I heard there was some sort of skip you needed me to help with. Something forbidden. Money goes to Shift's Choice. Beefsteak with a $100 donation says, shout out to the French community. We love you all. Keep up the good work. And now we have an interview. Darkman will be interviewing the runner Shift, and it should be great.
All right, welcome back to Awesome Games Done Quick 2017. I am Darkman, and with me here is Shift, who just completed the SpongeBob run.
What's up, guys?
Shift, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, I'm going to start off with a question for you. First, try to explain to me, why SpongeBob?
Well, actually, my younger brother, shout outs to him, Steve, I know you're watching right now. He showed me the game, like a task of the game. He thought it was an actual player doing it, so all the tricks were crazy, and I was like, wow, this is so cool. And eventually one day I just said, you know, let's just try to do some tricks. And then it turned into, you know what, let's just try a run. And then it was, you know what, let's just go for a world record and get the game into GDQ.
Right.
That's pretty much how it happened.
So I mean, were you like a huge fan of like SpongeBob growing up? Is that kind
Yeah,
of play a little bit?
definitely.
Yeah.
I loved SpongeBob when I was growing up. Not new SpongeBob though, like seasons 1 through 3. Yeah. After the movie, it was a little questionable. So.
I'm not the the biggest SpongeBob lore master here, so I can't comment on that. But I'll trust your opinion.
You should.
So I mean, obviously, when I think of a SpongeBob game, it's like, okay, that's SpongeBob. I mean, yeah, sure, it's a licensed game, but there's like such a great amount of depth to it. Like, how did you I guess how is it that a game like SpongeBob ended up having like so many tricks to it?
I believe it's the studio was just so talented in making this game. They actually went on to work on Disney Infinity, so they were definitely like a quality team working on this game. They also did the Scooby-Doo games. Actually, a fun fact is if you played Scooby-Doo, Night of 100 Frights, there is a clip from that game in the Xbox version that they left on the disc because it's the same engine. But it's a very smooth engine, and I guess because they were trying to release it on time, maybe they overlooked a lot of the exploits. Just the frame priority for cruise boosting allows all those crazy tricks you saw, disabling the hand. Like if it weren't for the cruise boosting, sponge gliding, and disabling the hand, we wouldn't have this game.
Sure.
It'd just be some average, licensed game.
But I mean, even just looking at it, it seems like it's a bunch of fluid movement. I mean, that has to
Yeah,
be
definitely.
a big motivator for
Especially with
playing this game.
SpongeBob's movement, actually all of his individual limbs are separate entities. So sometimes when you load the map, maybe you noticed on Downtown Bikini Bottom 2, when I enter the Sea Needle, his arms don't spawn because I activate the cruise bubble on the first possible frame. His arms don't have enough time to reach his body. So even when I'm balancing on balls or something, his legs are turning around, and his eyeballs are moving around. They just took so much time on that one character.
Sure.
And it really shows all the exploits that come out of that one character.
Sure. So, I mean, obviously with a game like this, there's definitely been a huge community revolving around this game. I mean, talk to me about what's it like being a part of this community, kind of helping bring this time down.
Yeah, I can give a perspective from when I started running this game. There were a decent number of people who knew about it, and a lot of people who said they were going to run it but weren't quite interested yet and were maybe discouraged because there were no tutorials or anything, just world records to base off of. There was one runner, and shout out to Fuff, he's probably watching too, from Canada. He was the world record holder back then, and he was the only guy I could watch stream twice a week. I used to be a big fan of him,
Sure.
watch his stream and everything, yeah.
Sure.
But once I got really good, I decided I'd make a tutorial video to increase the popularity of the game, and all those people who wanted to run could finally get into it because they had the help. So that made it take off, and then I got partnered by Twitch. I got into GDQ. My YouTube videos, they really took advantage of the algorithm changes lately, so
Sure.
I got a lot of recommended videos. And
Awesome.
the game, since then, just people see it, they're like, wow, this is so cool. I'm going to definitely support the community and play the game.
That's really cool. So, I mean, this is obviously the first GDQ you've ever, is this the
First
first
I've
one
ever
you've
attended. I've
Okay.
only been a speedrunner since April.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I put a lot of time into this
Yeah.
game, so
I mean,
bounced out.
what were your thoughts heading into the run? I mean, you must have been feeling a little bit nervous.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
I was really worried about Sandy's Dream. As you saw, it missed twice, but there's no consistent setup for it yet,
Sure.
so yeah, it happens. That's
Sure.
like the run killer and everything. Forbidden Skip was first try, though. It's pretty good. The Robo Patrick thing, I just got kind of messed up because the box that I had to jump on, he ran into it, so I got pushed off.
It's
And
understandable.
it's just something, yeah.
Listen, nobody's perfect in their
Exactly.
marathon
Nobody's
runs.
perfect, except for in world record. Then it's like,
Okay.
yeah, they have higher expectations.
That's right.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
That's why I was worried.
So overall, you didn't feel nervous playing in front of a bunch of Twitch viewers?
I mean, I do that anyway,
There
but
you
not
go.
this many. No.
A few more,
I was
right?
definitely I took some advice from some people who said that,
Yeah.
once you get up there, you get nervous, and yeah, my hands were cold, and I was like, ooh, I don't know about this.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, and then after that, it's just it sets in a little bit, and you do your thing.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I don't see really a reason to be too nervous though, because I met so many cool people, man. I didn't know what I was getting into. It's just everybody here, just so kind and
Yeah.
supportive, because we all have the same interests, and yeah,
Absolutely.
it's good to be here.
Yeah. All right. Most important question. What's your favorite SpongeBob episode?
Shanghai. Leedle, 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 lee. I could go on, but there's
I think we get
obviously
it.
not.
I think we get it.
There's so many quotes from that episode. Definitely give it a watch.
All right. So I'm going to take it to Twitter. We asked some questions. We're going to ask you some questions from Twitter. So some of the hard-hitting questions. So here we go.
All right, here we go.
First important question. What is your least favorite SpongeBob episode?
I was a teenage Gary. Really creepy. That's all you have to know. Don't
Fair
watch
enough.
it.
I won't.
I know you won't.
All right, next question.
Not a SpongeBob fan.
Any other Nickelodeon shows that you like other than SpongeBob?
You know, I thought that when I was a kid, I liked Fairly Odd Parents a little bit. It was just like kind of a weird sense of humor
Yeah.
that's just like kind of
Yeah.
like popping out with the random jokes, and
Mhm.
I know it's hard to explain. It's very odd, but that's just part of the show.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Next question we have. What do you think about the runs of the game? How do you think it's going to change over the next year?
Over the next year, I feel like it's definitely going to be a 58 as long as I keep playing. I think that a lot of high-profile runners are going to pick up the game because it's a lot of fun. Shoutouts to my man Fire Dragon. Good friends with that guy. He's actually going to run it eventually. That's cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Next question we have. Who is your favorite SpongeBob character and why?
Can I give two? Is that cool?
Sure.
All right. So definitely Patrick and Plankton, because Patrick has all the one-liners, and Plankton's funny, self-aware commentary, like, "Oh, I went to college." It's like college doesn't equal success, and they hammer that joke in. It's very funny. Yeah.
Yeah. No, definitely. It's
Yeah.
pretty funny. All right. Next question. Doesn't SpongeBob's laugh get annoying after a while?
Actually, no, because it's just part of speedrunning. You deal with the same game thousands of times in a row. So
After a while,
they
it's
want me to say yes, so yeah, it does. But
After a while,
just
it
for the fans.
It just kind of drains out. I don't even hear it anymore. You know, that kind of
Yeah, I
thing.
just go into like a zone, like when the spatula happens. It's like there are too many of them to care about it.
All right, let's see what we got here. Of course, kind of asked it. How'd it feel playing in front of 100K Twitch viewers?
Great, actually. It was really cool. You know what? I wasn't even thinking too much about the Twitch viewers so much as the crowd behind me. It's just really cool, like even tricks that my viewers are desensitized to, like Dutchman, wall jump, skip. It's like, all right, I usually get it every time,
Yeah,
but it's still like
sure.
really hard. So having people cheer for me just for like even the basic things, it's like it feels really good.
Cool. Awesome. All right. And next question. Why is the Xbox version of this game the optimal one to run?
Because it saves time on loading screens. However, well, it saves 3 minutes from GameCube, and then GameCube saves 3 minutes from PS2, just because loading times are very important. It also has to do with, it's faster than 360 because the emulation on 360 is a bit buggy, and the loading times, they load slower to make sure everything loads correctly. So that's also a part of it.
All right. This one. Who lives in a pineapple under the sea?
Skip this one. I have no idea.
Okay.
All right.
And the hard-hitting question.
Pineapple
Why is
under
second...
the sea?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was thinking about the question. I just couldn't
fine.
figure it out.
Don't
yeah.
worry about it.
All
We'll
right.
figure it out later.
All right, I got
Why
time.
is second season the best season?
SpongeBob second season. It just has all the good episodes, man. Like Shanghai, I believe, was season 2. Jelly Spotters, also one of my favorite ones.
I remember that one.
Yeah, I could keep going on, but
Okay.
obviously, yeah.
All right, fair enough.
All right.
All right. Well, with that in mind, that is all the questions we have for Shift. So once again, thank you very much, Shift, for being a part of this interview. Great run.
Thank you for letting me be a part of the marathon,
Absolutely,
man.
yeah.
So fortunate. You have no idea how grateful I am.
Well, I can't even say any words anymore.
Dude,
We
I was
really
having trouble there
appreciate
too. It's the air today.
you. Okay. Well, let's go with
English,
that.
Yeah.
Well, I am Darkman. With me here is Shift, who just completed the SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom run, and we are gonna throw it up to the host who has a few announcements.
Peace out, guys.
Thanks for that great interview, Darkman. And again, congrats on a great run, Shift. Shoutouts to World9 Gaming, which is a premier computer, console, and arcade gaming provider for events across the Midwest since 2005. Dedicated staff, tournament expertise, and an expansive collection of over 2,000 games and 100 consoles. They provide up to 20 PCs with all the top games installed and over 25 classic arcade machines. For more information on booking and upcoming events, check world9gaming.com. One last throwback to that SpongeBob run. CNF donates $10, says, yeah, SpongeBob and AGDQ. I'll donate another $10 if the donation reader does his best. Leedle, 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 lee. Yes, that is a SpongeBob reference. Anonymous donates $40. I left it a while, but it's not too late to donate. Thanks to everyone. Friendly reminder that one of the bid incentives that you can donate for is the Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels 2P1C. It's currently at almost $27,000 out of $50,000. Let's make that happen, guys. Electron82 with a $100 donation. Great job, everyone. Keep up the good work. I wish I could watch the whole event, but things like the bathroom and sleep get in the way. Oh, and that annoying work thing. Go vegan and go vegan on the animals. Goalzilla with $80. Greetings from Germany. Love what you do every year. Good luck to all the runners. This money goes to the announcer's choice. We do have some prizes available during this block. There's a Bowser and Family Perler pack for if you donate $15 or more. Mario and Peach Cross Stitch, $5 or more. Original Mario Watercolor, $10 or more. The Super Mario World Paper Diorama, $5 or more. Super Mario Gray Goomba Dot Art, $10 or more. And the PS4 Pro VR bundle with the 10 games, still at $75 or more. Anonymous with the $75 donation, lost my grandfather to cancer this year and my grandmother the year before that. Let's fight Undertale genocide boss like we're fighting cancer. Best of luck to the runners and thanks for putting on such a great event again. Loman donates $50. This is my third time donating and second time watching. I've been so hyped for Super Mario Galaxy and Undertale, and today is finally the day. I have only played as second player co-op in both Galaxy 1 and 2, but I love the games a lot. So this donation goes to the couch and their choice. Kimmy Boo Boo with $10. Great event. Loving all the runs. This goes to kill the animals despite what my boyfriend wants. Keep up the good work. Uzi donates $15. It's Mario time, so let's donate to get some Lost Levels action. It's not too late. CNAF with the $10. I'm a man of my word. Here's the $10 I promised. Also, good jobs for not destroying my name. Donation goes to Reader's Choice. Stanstein donates $15. Hi from Ireland. Fair play to all the runners doing something you love with such skill and expertise for such a great cause. You guys should be so proud. And we're proud of them. Good Guy 3191 with $15. You know I had to donate towards a Big John run at AGDQ. Let's make that happen, people. Looks like we are ready for the Super Mario Galaxy 2 run by vallu111. Let's get some hype, guys. And we're ready. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
All right. So this is Super Mario Galaxy 2. The game actually starts off with a 2D section, but it's a 3D platformer. we'll be moving with long jumps. Long jumps are the fastest movement option normally, without like anything extra items. So we'll be seeing a lot of those. There's gonna be some cutscenes at the start here. The story begins with Mario finding this Luma from the first Galaxy game. And he's lost, and then he goes into Mario's head. And now we can spin. Spinning is the... Oh, there's a... You can like backflip to that slide and get a cool momentum boost if you time your A-press right. That's, I guess, the first trick in this run. Spinning lets you do everything. You can activate switches, kill enemies, attack, and do stuff like that. Yeah, classic Mario game story. Bowser kidnaps Peach.
Would you like us to do a roll call during this cutscene?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm Nocturne.
I'm Mario Man 847.
I'm How to Cantaloupe.
And I'm Vallu. And we'll be doing some more long jumps. There's actually a skip here that I can do, which is pretty hard, but I'll go for it. You can skip one of the text boxes by slowly like you have to, can you explain it?
Yeah. So you have to waste a little bit of time on these two text boxes and then get this one frame perfect.
I
and
didn't get
missed
it. Yeah.
Saves 40 frames.
Yeah.
I discovered it like a few months ago.
Yeah.
Just testing the game.
And we'll be off to the first level of the run.
Yeah, unlike in Galaxy 1, this game, after you're done with the intro sequence, just shoots you right into World 1, which is sort of ironic in how that most of the stars are either simple or some of the hardest in the game.
All right. There's a small trick there. If you don't move, you can enter the launch star a little bit sooner, for some reason.
Oh, something you'll be noticing every time he lands on a planet from a launch star, he'll go into first-person mode and then exit it immediately as fast as he can. And this skips an animation of...
Nice.
Very nice.
That was called Luma Bounce. It saves like under 2 seconds, I think. But it's very early on in the run. It's kind of hard, but I go for it because it's early. And we have to show it off. Oh. All right. So we're going to go to the first fight of the run.
Following the trend of most Mario games, Mario gets a lot more momentum faster by going backwards, so things like that can be abusable in several places.
Oh yeah, backwards momentum is a thing. In air, you move faster when you go backwards. I don't really know why.
Yeah, for this fight, the intended way to beat it is to just like spin at his giant like egg back, but you can actually just like go on top of him and just ground pound, and that instantly shatters the entire like egg.
Yeah. For the first hit, hit is actually harder than the second one for some reason. If you ground pound the first hit, we usually save up a few star bits so we can shoot at the boss and get it easier. But for the second hit, you can usually just spin right after ground pounding and you will get the hit. And now we'll get some text boxes. Text boxes in this game are actually execution heavy. You have to hold A for the entire text box and then press A right as it ends. So there's a lot of memorization.
You usually have to play through the game like several times in order to get the hang of these text boxes because they don't always end at the same rhythm.
Yeah.
You actually get a few choices here, but like they both do the same thing and mean the same thing. So I don't know why it's like this. And now we get the Starship Mario. It's the hub world, I guess, of this game. Not really. It's a thing you can hang out on, but you will not be doing anything on here. We'll just be moving to the yellow button to get to the roadmap. Sometimes lava sends you to the bottom of the ship and you have to move back up, which is annoying. This purple guy's lava.
As simple as that movement to the switch looks, there are actually 3 different ways to do it. If you're facing down, you backflip to it. If you're facing up, you long jump to it. Or if you're feeling like Vallu probably will during this run, you'll long jump and then do a frame-perfect ground pound onto it.
Yeah. I usually just walk to the button when Lava talks to you because that makes Mario face forward, and I backflip when Lava doesn't talk. The game tells you to go to Yoshi Star Galaxy, but we're just gonna go back here to get the second star. On the star selection screen, you can just mash A, and it will pick the next star that hasn't been got yet. There's a few times in the run where you actually have to point at the screen and pick the star, though. Oh, okay, that works. There's a key in the chomp, and you have to spin this green thing at the chomp to kill it.
Star is actually very finicky because it's not too difficult to do well, but if you mess up anything, then things become little by little more difficult, especially in this next planet, where if you mess up basically any movement, your smooth movement to launch star is just kind of ruined.
Yeah, this planet is very cycle-based. I lost some time there. This is going to be difficult. Okay.
That was going to be hard to salvage anyway.
Okay, that's fine. Here you have to walk on all these blue switches. And here as well. Okay, that was close. Oh, that was an unintentional triple jump. Normally, oh, go on.
Those like Cosmic Marios, they like follow everything you do and like all your movements. Like this part, you can finish that section really fast, so they die really fast. But later on, you'll see more of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are some places where you actually kind of want to go where you just pass, and it'll be difficult because there will be several of them passing through that same area. Thankfully, it usually only happens if you sort of miss something along the way, so hopefully it won't happen, but it's a possible issue that could come up later.
So you probably noticed I'm throwing all my star bits away, and there's a reason for that. At the end of each level, you will get text boxes depending on, if you got any coins or star bits, you will get a text box telling how many you got. And you skip those text boxes if you didn't get any coins or star bits. In that level, it's actually very easy to get a coin during the blue switches part, but I managed to avoid them all and save a little bit of time. And we're gonna get to the first level with the Yoshi now. Yoshi is the most broken thing in this game. There's a trick called Infinite Flutter, and it lets you fly anywhere you want, pretty much. I'll be doing a skip with it. It's pretty difficult, but not really that hard.
It's very important when you do the infinite flutter. It's like you can't just do it from any angle. You have to usually have a very specific angle in between about 45 and 90 degrees.
Yeah.
It's really sort of finicky when you're getting into the game, but honestly, it's something you get a feel for the more you do it.
Also, an important thing to note that's actually really important for this flutter, after about 10 seconds or so of fluttering, Yoshi will instantly lose all his speed. So what he's going to do here is he's going to try to jump off Yoshi right before that happens.
Yeah, jumping off Yoshi will keep the momentum and allow me to go a little bit further. Oh, I missed.
That's understandable. Despite the fact this is the third star in the game, this is what I alluded to earlier with having some of the hardest stars. That might actually be the hardest flutter in the entire game, right there in star 3.
Yeah.
It's a very popular reset point.
Yes. My split was called just reset for a long time for this level, because I used to fail to skip a lot.
And not a single Galaxy 2 runner questioned it.
All right,
Very
got
nice.
it.
That flutter in particular is more moving parts than just the flutter. You have to bounce off the fruit to get enough momentum, as it's easier to build momentum if you already have it. But the thing is with Yoshi is that if he touches a fruit, he automatically eats it. So you have to time a B press so that he has his tongue out already and therefore can't eat the fruit that he's about to bounce on.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of timing to it.
And here we're gonna abandon Yoshi and grab the star.
Rip Yoshi.
As you might imagine, abandoning Yoshi is kind of common in this game, as it always is.
Yeah, gives you an extra jump, and it's very useful. There's actually a separate cutscene if you get the star with the Yoshi, but we didn't get to see that yet. We'll get to see it in the next star. And yeah, you unlock Yoshi on the starship after that level. There's another flutter on this level, and it saves a lot more time than the one in the previous one. This saves like probably 2 minutes or so. It skips most of the level and goes straight to the boss fight.
Yeah, if you don't do this skip, it wants you to go through 2 or 3 other planets and deal with like a Lakitu and all that bad stuff. We don't do any of it.
Yeah.
We literally just walk like 20 feet and go to the boss. Very well done.
Nice.
That flutter can be kind of tricky because the camera is sort of adjusting as you go to that particular planet. So you also have to adjust your control stick position. And as I said before, your control stick position is very delicate. So without doing that many, many times, you're going to get used to just having your momentum die in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. A lot of these flutters are pretty much just learning the angle you have to do and where you have to be facing while doing it and where you have to be pointing at when you're doing it. Oh, I missed. Well, that sucks. There's a strat in this fight where you can keep one of the spinies in your mouth and use it right after this animation ends to kill the boss, but unfortunately I missed it. All right.
That boss is notorious for only being a problem when you're ahead of your splits and never, ever under any other circumstance.
This boss is also a problem if you're having a malfunctioning sensor bar, because pointing at the screen is very important during this fight. And yeah, we didn't get to see the animation after all. We'll see it someday. Or sometime.
Maybe, probably, maybe.
Whoops. So in this next level, we'll see an item. It's called Spin Dick, right?
Spin drill.
Spin drill. Okay. You can go through planets with it. And that's pretty much it. I'll skip using it a lot of the times because the game makes it really easy for you to just get to the place where you're supposed to use the drill to get to without the drill.
Yeah, like on this first planet, they expect you to like go to one side and like spin dig into like the other side, but you can actually just triple jump to the top, right to the Luma.
Yeah.
Another funny thing about the spin drill is that in certain structures that are angled in a particular way, you can actually just go into a place they don't intend, as he'll do in this upcoming area. So the game normally wants you to like get the drill, go to the leftmost area, and then just drill your way gradually over to the Luma, but we're just gonna drill twice and be right at the Luma anyway.
After grabbing the comet medal.
You can't long jump while using this, the drill. However, while walking forward with Mario, if you do a jump, you save a few frames by doing that because Mario moves slightly faster in air if you jump. So that's why I jumped 2 times there.
Also, you might be thinking, why is he getting the comet medal since it just seems like an unnecessary item, just get 70 other stars. But some of the comet medal stars are some of the fastest stars in the game, so they're absolutely worth getting. Also, we don't like talking to Toad, so we're just gonna hit him in the face.
Yeah. That's actually a skip. Once you land on that planet, the Toad will talk to you automatically. However, if you go to first person right after, as you land and shoot the Toad, Captain Toad with star bits, and then move away, he won't talk to you. So this is the first major RNG point of the game. This boss will jump to either left or right after shooting the enemies, and you want it to jump on you because that will make the boss skip the jumping part or whatever.
Yeah, we really don't care about taking damage. We just want him to make himself vulnerable as fast as possible.
Yeah.
Very good.
All right, I got perfect RNG. Oh. So you're supposed to try to keep the yellow guys alive, because if there's a yellow guy alive, when the boss is going to shoot them, it won't shoot them anymore. But they got killed, so I lost a little bit of time there.
We've got a $15 donation from Svedjan. 2P1C hasn't been met yet? What's wrong with you people? Wake up and donate. Love GDQ. Less than 3.
This is the first time lava brings you to the bottom of the Star Trek Mario. So we'll be doing a different movement to the yellow button. He always tells you who's gonna appear on the ship. And you can talk to the people, but there's nothing useful in talking to them in the run.
There are a few stars that automatically trigger you to go to a specific place. However, sometimes we do a specific star order so that we actually manipulate where we end up. So that, let's say we do 1 star that takes us to the engine room where we'll be later. It's inconvenient to be there. But then we'll also get that same star, which takes us right back up to where the switch is.
Yeah.
It's easy to miss details like that, but it saves several seconds.
This level is mostly in 2D. Oh. There are these arrows, and the way they're pointing at is the way the gravity is going to. So when the arrows are pointing up, Mario will be walking on the ceiling.
And you're supposed to go to places and hit the switch to like reverse the gravity, but we don't need to do that at all.
Yeah, we can just skip that.
Funny thing is, it might actually be easier if you avoid switching them. It's a very interestingly designed stage. Oh.
Oh.
So you can actually skip breaking those boxes, and you can just break one of them if you have enough of momentum going to shoot the fireball, much like that was.
Yeah.
It's a good time saver, but it's also a little risky because if something ends up causing you to stop underneath the box, that's a crush death.
Yeah.
Whenever you get crushed, you don't take a hit of damage, you die.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can skip that entire thwomp section by just like going on the top and just long jumping across.
Yeah, it's actually an intentional skip because there are one-up mushrooms at the corners of the place. Mario takes a little time to adjust to the 2D, so that's why we couldn't grab the star immediately. We had to stall a little bit on the air to get it.
$20 from Cyberbot X. Hello from the donation station. I'm only going to be processing them for part of this run, but good luck to Vallu nonetheless. As we're getting closer to it, put this towards 2-player 1-controller run for the lost levels. It has to happen.
And yeah, we entered the star already, so we get to skip the beginning cutscenes that show the level. This is a secret star. It's a box minigame where you have to break all the boxes within a time limit using the fire mushroom. I'm usually aiming for a 14 left on the clock, so we'll see what I get. 13 is also okay. Oh. Okay. That's okay.
That's one of the casual nightmare stars, but so long as you know where you should be standing and where you should be throwing, it's very mundane. As you saw, he messed up and had half the time still remaining.
So the next level is going to introduce the cloud mushroom power-up. It allows you to make 3 clouds, and the clouds are basically just platforms that you can jump from. If you press Z right after making cloud, you can land on it immediately and make another action really soon. Normally you would have like a spin on the cloud and take a little bit of time to land on it. I'll be doing the secret star first, and I need to collect 100 coins to unlock the secret planet. There's a hungry Luma that eats all the coins.
Rather interestingly, this level is your introduction to Hungry Lumas, but he's actually the Hungry Luma that requires the most coins in the game, if I'm not mistaken. It requires 100, but thankfully there are some that are rather easily accessible here near the beginning.
Yeah.
Bear in mind, these coins are actually not very forgiving for Mario, because if you mess up any of your movement here, you can genuinely just flat out miss the coins and have to abandon the star.
Yeah. So we'll be collecting the last coins from here.
This level has really good music. I'll just like to point that out.
Yeah, the music in this game overall is just amazing.
As Blue mentioned about cloud canceling, how it sort of cancels your animation so you land on the cloud right away. That actually isn't just so you can land on the cloud sometimes. It's also because when you do that cancel, it actually causes the cloud to bounce a bit, and that really helps with momentum jumps. So there's a certain mechanic in this game where if the item underneath you is moving upward, then your jump goes higher. That's going to be a lot more prominent in the next star, but it's also used by some to make this star easier as well.
$10 from Flintlock191. Thanks for another great marathon. Please tell Vallu that everyone in Finland has gathered at the market square to cheer him on.
Really now? That makes me nervous. All right. There's a really big skip at the start of this level that's really easy to do, and it's probably intentional, I'm not sure. You just use the clouds to get to another planet that's pretty nearby.
Good. If you were to try to do that skip with normal long jumps, you wouldn't be able to reach as high as he did. You have to time them for specific moments as the cloud underneath you is bouncing.
Yeah. Also, just having the cloud power up will make Mario have way longer and like more floaty jumps, even when you don't have any clouds with you.
$15 from Muddy. Glad you could make it to AGDQ Vallu. Donation goes to his choice. And 30 from Birdoxer. Looking forward to an awesome SMG2 run. Good luck, Vallu. Let's go!
Thank you. So yeah, this is the power-up room. It doesn't really serve a purpose. It just exists.
Yeah, Lubba just constantly brings you to other parts of Starship Mario to explain things, and you always have to keep going back to the front to actually go back to the world map.
Yeah. So at the end of every world, there's this castle level, and there's a boss fight at the end of every castle level when you get a grand star there. This one has a pretty difficult fight.
I've been thinking the last few minutes of how to say anything about this fight without coming off as really bitter. I can't do it. This boss is awful.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad.
This is a boss where if you don't do it perfectly, then you're losing probably about 20 seconds or so. It's very frustrating because it can feel like you do the same inputs over and over and over, but you don't get the same results.
Yeah.
Nobody likes this guy. No one.
He just skipped a lot, by the way, by using gravity.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I didn't even notice.
You have to hit all these 6 weak spots, and sometimes it's very precise to hit them with the strats we use.
You actually have to fight this boss twice in the run. Makes it even more fun.
I missed one of the spots. I'll probably have to get the boss to go inside the planet. All right. I won't be doing any strats. I messed up too much. But we'll get another chance. As Kenelop said, this fight will be in the run 2 times.
Yeah, you normally want to hit specific bulges on the first phase so that you have all of the 3 you want on the second phase lined up all in a row. However, as I said, one little detail can ruin everything.
Yeah, that was really sloppy. And that's World 1.
Got $1,000 from Zantagio. Oh man, I can't believe I almost missed AGDQ again. Oh well, better late than never, right? Cough, cough. Hopefully this donation will make up for all the GDQs I've missed. Put it to 2 players, 1 controller, since bonus runs are always nice.
And yeah, we get more of Lubba talking. As if we haven't had enough of that.
Thankfully, with World 1 in the rear mirror, a lot of the finicky stuff like Gobblegut and Yoshi Star 1 are sort of in the rearview mirror for now until about World 4. They're still difficult things, but usually things that with enough work you don't really feel like it's out of your control.
Yeah.
$10 from Cambro. Greetings from Sweden. 2P1C co-op run of Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels. That's a must-see. Almost at the million. Good luck at Galaxy. Good luck on the Galaxy run, Vallu.
Thank you. Puzzle Plank is a pretty basic level. There's just long jumps and other jumps. There's this puzzle at the end where you have to crown pound the sides, and it's possible to get 2 crown pounds at once. As far as we know, it's just luck. We haven't really figured out how to get it consistently. So.
There's a funny detail about spins in this game. How if you hold A and spin with the Wiimote in particular, Mario goes as high as he possibly can. Where if you don't do either of those details, you're missing out on some key height, making sips like that much easier.
Yeah, you should always hold A when you spin.
Although a funny detail about this game is that with the Wiimote, it's necessary for Mario, but if you were playing Luigi in the post game, you actually have to spin with a nunchuck to go higher.
Yeah, it's really weird.
There's a lot of small details like that in this game that are kind of weird. We don't understand why they're there.
All right, I got a double crown pound.
No, you didn't.
No, you
Oh.
don't.
You didn't.
Oh,
It like looked like you did, but
Yeah, it looked
just one of them didn't work.
my bad.
Yeah, ground pounds don't work on this planet.
And there's a little fight at the end. You just long jump on the fight, the boss, and crown pound.
Yeah, you'll find out a lot throughout this run. Mario loves kill the animals.
Yep.
If he had $1,000, that would be exactly where it's going, because that happens throughout this entire run.
And yeah, this game has a lot of downtime between stars. So that pretty much makes this run so long. There's probably more downtime than gameplay. Just animations.
Speaking of downtime, Night Lamp 1 was $75. Shoutouts to the AGDQ staff and crew who make this wonderful stream possible. Thank you for all you do. $1 million hype train, let's go!
Here, Loba explains that there's this galaxy map where you can choose which galaxy to go instead of having to actually move in the warp map to the next one or previous one.
There are 7 worlds in this game, but you don't get to the 7th world until after you beat the 6th one, which you need 71 stars to finish. But you need 70 stars to get to the Bowser level.
Yeah. This is another level with Yoshi, so we'll be seeing Infinite Flutter. This is a new item. It makes Yoshi go really fast. You can keep the effect of the item through launch stars, and we'll be doing that. It's why we grabbed this pepper from here. You can get a really high jump if you jump at the end of these. I don't really know why, but it looks cool and probably doesn't lose time, so might as well do it. This is actually possible to make without using the Infinite Flutter glitch, but I'm just using it just in case. You can just flutter and then wait until the game lets you flutter again normally and do another one.
You'll notice basically whenever he has Yoshi that if he can Infinite Flutter, he's going to Infinite Flutter, because that's the fastest method of movement in this game.
Yeah.
As long as you have the right angle. If you don't have the right angle, then it's kind of a waste of time. That's why it takes a lot of getting used to make it worth the effort.
At the end there, you're supposed to go on the wall and go like through this little maze thing, I don't know. But you can just jump off Yoshi and get a lot of momentum and get to the star.
There are actually a few ways to abuse momentum with that pepper with Yoshi, but we won't be seeing that again until a little while from now.
So in Galaxy 1, you could spam spinning underwater, which makes you go really fast, but they removed that in this game, so we'll be using the shells to go underwater. You need to collect 15 coins to unlock the secret here. And these enemies will, you can kill them by shining the shell's light on them, and they will give you star bits if you kill them like that. However, if you shoot a star bit at them, and then kill them with the and then kill them with the light, or shoot another star bit, they will give you a coin instead. Okay, that was weird.
It's worth noting that he's intending to collect these coins to feed another Hungry Luma, but he doesn't actually intend to take the Hungry Luma's launch star yet. After you feed him, you no longer have to feed him ever again, so you can just return to a level later and then use his launch star, which is what we'll do here.
Yeah. Hitting this button will turn all the water to ice, and now you can skate on it. It's a pretty cool level design.
If you're curious about what's on that planet, we'll go there the next star.
Yeah.
Something about how he's doing the first star before the secret star. If you mash A when you go back to this galaxy again to do the secret star, you'll select the second star, and that wastes a ton of time because you have to wait through all the cutscenes, wait for Mario to land, and then exit area, and then come back again.
Yeah.
So he has to point at the screen and make sure he clicks the right one.
Yeah. This is the one time where you have to remember to click the right star.
$15 from Kevio. It's super nice to see a Galaxy game here at Games Done Quick, and it's awesome that Vallu is here to show it off. Good luck, Vallu. Smiley face. Thanks, Kevio.
For some reason, they make you watch the male toad just walk around for a long time.
Funny thing is, how long you have to wait for the male toads depend on which star you spawn him on, because In a different category we play, we only have to have the camera pan to him and it immediately makes the text pop up. Again, it's one of the intricacies that we don't really get about this game.
Yeah. So this is the only star in the game that has a bunny. Bunnies are generally really annoying in Mario games and hard to catch. However, this bunny is actually really easy. All you have to do is shoot a star bit at it and let it walk to you, which is why I'm collecting star bits.
The game wants you to hit that exclamation point switch and skate around to catch the bunny, but so long as he's on the screen and you can snipe him, then it's not really a problem. Although it is rather interesting that without widescreen settings on your Wii or Wii U, that snipe rather, can be rather difficult, and you might have to actually resort to that switch.
Yeah.
It's one of two instances where widescreen is going to come into play, with the other being with the hardest skip in the game, no question.
Yeah.
Opie, opie.
Speaking of hard skips, this level has a pretty specific skip where you have to long jump off of a ledge and spin at the right time with the rock mushroom. It's a lot easier without the rock mushroom, but you need the rock mushroom to get a comet medal, and you can't really get rid of it, because you need to kill the enemies here to unlock the rock mushroom. And you need the rock mushroom on the next planet anyway, so it's a lot faster to do it. With it. Got it.
That skip is pretty essential because you're only skipping one planet, but that planet is filled with enemies that you can't really predict their movement, so it's bad. You don't want to go there.
Yeah.
Even for a beginner, that skip might look intimidating and very difficult. I still recommend it.
The idea of this fight is to use the rock mushroom to hit the boss in the back. Usually, normally, you would have to wait for the boss to attack you many times, and then hit it after its attack is done and it gets stunned. But if you get out of its sight after it gets hit, it doesn't attack you, and you can just go this back and hit it again. Jumping and spinning on this planet makes you go a lot faster because gravity is weird. On this planet, it's pretty hard. While using the rock form, you can get out of it by jumping and pressing Z on air, so pretty much ground pounding. But on that planet, it's pretty hard to jump because it's round and gravity is weird. So we usually mash A and then Z to do it if we have to. And we will have to at another level, star, that will be on that exact same planet later on.
Got $50 from Dink227. I need to see the Lost Levels 2-player 1 controller. I also need to see the end of cancer. This is from my mother-in-law, who recently became cancer-free. An update on that, we just hit 30,000 out of the 50,000 to meet that incentive, so we still just under 20,000 away.
This is the reason why we don't need to worry about star bits at all in this run, because we can just get them from Bank Toad.
Yeah, you just load star bits from another save file.
Yeah, you have you can donate to the bank toad, and the bank toad shares star bits across all 3 save files. So you can just donate star bits to it on another save file and take them on a new save file. Makes this run a lot faster and makes you able to not care about star bits or collecting star bits. Galaxy 1 doesn't have that, so in that game you have to collect star bits throughout levels. This is one of the shortest stars in the run. It's a secret star that's at the beginning of the level. We'll be doing some wall kicks to get there.
Yeah, the other star that's in this level takes a while to get, so we just never actually get it in 80%.
Yeah.
In general, if there's a bee mushroom, then we just do everything in our power to avoid it.
Yeah.
Because a bee mushroom, it gives you the ability to fly and gives you some interesting boost and mechanics with your spin, but all in all, it just robs you of all of your speed movement. So you're left with nothing but walking and flying.
Yeah, exactly. If there's a way to skip a beach mushroom, we usually do it. Unlike the 100% category.
$5 from Cinealma. Hey, Vallu, good luck with your run. And Mario Man, when's TTYD? Donation goes to Mario Man's Choice.
Thanks.
Thank you. So Lava Lair, it's a pretty hard level. In this game, cycles and things usually only move if the camera can see them. So in this level, we'll be moving the camera to get better cycles so the camera doesn't see the things that are moving. The beginning cutscenes also affect the cycles, so when practicing this game, you sometimes have to watch the cutscenes to practice the correct cycles, and it makes practicing really slow.
There are some levels where we have to re-enter a certain star. We actually do the stars in a particular order so that one gets certain cycles and the other gets other cycles. That's usually up to personal preference, but in general, there's usually one cycle that sticks out as more convenient. So he gets the Help Life Shroom there because he's going to be damage abusing a lot in this level. This game is actually sort of interesting that you really don't have to damage abuse much at all, but in all of the Bowser stages, you need to damage abuse.
It's very important, though, here that he doesn't go below 4 health, because there's a skip near the end where he needs to have 4 health.
So I just stored a double jump while going to the lava, and then made it a triple jump as I got out of the lava.
It's actually way more precise than a normal triple jump.
All right.
So with that skip, he actually has to take fire damage at a very specific point, so he bounces on the first statue once. Because how burn damage works is that after you bounce twice, then you can regain control of Mario. But that holds true even if you touch the ground once, then take fire damage again. So he touches the statue once, takes fire damage, and then he can proceed long jumping across the statues. If you miss space that at all, then it usually results in death.
Yeah. The Bowser fights in this game are pretty simple, and they're all the same. The second and third one have a trick in them, but the first one is just hitting Bowser normally.
just have to make sure Bowser doesn't like punch the meteors that he puts in the planet, because you need the meteors to hit him.
Yeah. The meteors will follow where Mario's going, so you can manipulate where they're going. And same goes for the fist. And yeah, after the first phase, Bowser does this fire attack. It's pretty easy to avoid. Okay.
Oh.
That was really close to the meteor getting crushed. That would have been bad. All right, so we're gonna have a lot of animations here. This is a good time for donations.
All right. We have a $2,000 donation from vallu111. I missed most of AGDQ, but I'm glad I didn't miss the announcer's beautiful voice. Donation goes to the announcer's choice. Thank you, Lil and I will be putting that towards the 2P1C co-op run of Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels between Game J06 and Andrew G. Also, Sushi Seijin with $75. It's been an amazing week. Keep up the great work. Put this towards the Lost Levels 2-player 1 controller bonus. Shoutouts to John and Andrew G. Anonymous with the 111 and 11 cent donation. Congrats to Vallu for smashing the record at the last 602. How about an SMG2 100% run at a future GDQ? I'd be all right with that. Carbon Dioxide donates $200. Great AGDQ so far. SMG2 is a great game. Also, really looking forward to the task block. You can never have enough runs. So put this towards the Lost Levels. Let's beat cancer once and for all. Greetings from the land of windmills and cheese. They call me the janitor with $100. I'm not typically a completionist, but the SM Galaxy 2 kept me coming back until there was nothing left to give. Love this game and really excited for the run. Put this towards the Revenge of Gradius TAS. TASBot needs to be redeemed.
This level is gonna have the cloud power up again. There is a pretty difficult cycle skip you can do at the end. I'm gonna hope I get it. We'll be using cloud boosts a lot here, which is making a cloud and then immediately long jumping. The cloud will give you a momentum and height boost, and it's really useful to go fast. At this part, it's really easy to get sniped by the enemy that's up there, but fortunately, it didn't even try to snipe me this time. All right, got it. Normally, I'm supposed to wall jump off of the cloud, but this time I was so fast I was actually able to get on it. But I feel like that made me a little bit slower, because I'm not used to getting on the cloud. Something you saw me do there 2 times was doing a cloud boost right after getting another cloud mushroom. It makes me able to use a cloud and then refill the 3 clouds right after using it, and it's very useful.
The chat should guess the score he gets on this level.
Oh yeah, there's a skating minigame, and you have to get 500 points to pass it, and it's usually a thing in Galaxy 2 streams to guess what the runner is gonna get.
You can win points here.
You can guess anything between 500 and like around 900, and only guess in tenths. OP.
You don't have to guess over 500.
Well, if you think I'm gonna fail the minigame, then I guess.
I'm going with 570.
770.
740.
830.
All right. The way to get high scores in that minigame is to get all the green or gold ones as fast as possible, which will spawn the next set of pins.
It's worth noting that whenever you see that, you might notice that the spawns are different, but it's not actually like random where they spawn. It's almost like the patterns rotate, so you just have to adjust to the rotation you get.
Yeah.
Thankfully, it's usually not really that much of a problem because the scores that your Axa get of 500 and 600 are pretty mundane.
And the rotations are all based on where it is at the start. So as soon as you see where it's rotated at the first one, you can know where all of them are going to be for the rest of it.
Yeah.
For this star, it has another cycle-based thing. He wants to be able to get the Comet Medal while he still has this particular Fire Flower. It's very strict on your movement.
You can actually clip to the slide from there if you long jump at a specific time, but I missed it there.
It saves like half a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, normally you have to like go all the way around and like get a fire flower from the other side. But you can just long jump right to the middle if you already have one and just destroy the Bowser statue.
Yeah. A lot of the skips in this game are pretty obvious.
It's possible that people just like did the skips when they casually played through the game without realizing it was a skip.
Exactly.
Yeah, a lot of this game's power-ups aren't like just sort of really big speedrun tools. They're like really obviously broken. You could do so many things to those items.
This level has like these pathways going from left to right or right to left, and there's one part where you have to wait for the next path, so it doesn't matter if you lose time before it or not, unless you lose too much time.
It's actually a really complicated how all the different cycles on the paths work. And like, there's this video that I think Yoshi fan made where he researched like all the different timings for like what you have to do to get the cycles optimally, and like which ones are affected by the camera and which ones are affected by where you are. But none of it really matters because you have to wait for the one at the end.
Yeah.
We have $100 from Cake19. Thank you for all the effort that you put into this stream.
And at the end, you get Yoshi, so you just flutter to the star. You're supposed to use a new power-up called, I think it's the bulb berry, and it makes pathways appear as you walk near them. But we'll be seeing that in another galaxy pretty soon.
$15 from Zazzles. I spent the last year watching a lot of GDQ runs on YouTube, and 360 Chrism's Super Mario Galaxy run at last year's AGDQ was one of my favorites. I was so excited when I saw Galaxy 2 was going to be a run this time, and I could watch it from the UK, so I saved my first donation for this. Have a great run, Vallu.
Thank you. This is a comet with Shadow Marios following you. It's pretty simple.
Generally, nothing really eventful should happen during a star, but there are like two things of note here. One is that the cosmic clones on the star are supposed to spawn once you get a starship, but if you get the starships at particular angles, they literally just won't even spawn. It's kind of odd how that works. And another thing is in this next planet, it refers to what I said earlier about how there are certain places where if something goes wrong, cosmic clones will be a big issue. If you ever have an issue with cosmic clones going up a 2D wall kick area, there is almost nothing you can do.
Oh yeah. So while you can cancel your landing from most launch stars, you can't cancel the landing animation when you first arrive at the level. However, in this specific star, the landing animation doesn't exist, so you can just start moving right after you land. But there is a way to skip the landing animation at the start of each level. There's one frame where if you press A, you can jump and cancel it. So it's really difficult, almost impossible to time that every single time. So I usually just mash A and hope I get it. At the start of this level, you're supposed to use Yoshi to get on top of the tree and to the launch star, but Yoshi is like pretty far away from where you start, so it's faster to just use wall kicks and spins to get up there.
We don't dodge Yoshi very much in this run, but this is one instance where infinite fluttering doesn't really serve a whole lot of purpose, and therefore neither does Yoshi.
Yeah, because infinite fluttering upwards is way slower than horizontally. Oh, this is another new power-up. It makes Yoshi able to fly upwards, I guess. You have this air meter, and when it ends, you go back to normal. You can hold A to stall in the air and stop moving, and you don't lose air when you do that. And I use that to get from the comet middle to the place where you're supposed to go.
Spare is generally something we try to avoid because well, it's painfully slow, but this start really doesn't offer any leeway, so we have to just go with the flow.
You can spin to make the effect end immediately, and I actually used a nunchuck to spin there, so I can hold the Wiimote at the fruit while spinning. If you spin with the Wiimote, it will be hard to catch the fruit after spinning. Something you saw me do after landing on that last planet and getting down, it's called a frame perfect crown pound. You're not normally. You can't normally crown pound straight from a long jump. You would have to spin first and then crown pound, or do a spin pound. But if you spin and press Z at the exact same frame, you can crown pound.
It's very finicky because it means using your motion controls and your Z input at the same time, and motion controls are sort of difficult to manipulate like that.
Yeah, but I have muscle memory for it, so I'm fairly consistent at it, I guess.
A lot of individual levels in this game involve long jump cancels like that with ground pounds, so for IL runners, doing that is a lot less of a task than for most.
This level is pretty much just long jumping to specific directions. You can just hold Z and mash A to do long jumps, but I believe it's faster to try to time your long jumps accurately, because with mashing you would have to mash really fast to always get the perfect timing.
I believe it's a 4-frame window to make sure you get perfect long jumps. So at 60 frames per second, that you'd have to be mashing 15 times per second to get it completely consistently.
Yeah. At uneven surfaces, I will be mashing A instead, because it's very hard to time the long jumps when you don't really know when you're going to land.
We've got $25 from CubeBoy87, giving my biannual contribution to the GDQ cause. This time it's 2 shirts from the Yeti and $25 directly to the cause. Shout out to a family friend who is currently kicking cancer's butt. And shout out to the Yeti and everything they do for us here at GDQ.
Something I do at every Hungry Luma in the world map is I long jump at the very end, right before feeding the last bits, because then I can land on the button right after the cutscenes end and go to the next level faster. This level has blocks switching from yellow to green to the beat of the music, but which makes it so it's very cycle-based, and even if you go way faster than you usually do, you're usually going to have to wait for the cycle at the end, so it doesn't really matter.
This level is a level where you really, really, really don't want anything to go wrong, because if you die, the cycle you get is something really, really unfamiliar to you.
Yeah.
We've got $100 from Kiwi. It says, Kiwi here, AGDQ has been an amazing experience and I've met a lot of awesome people here. Really glad I was finally able to attend this year. So now I'm giving back just a little to the event. Put this towards the 2P1C run. $150 from Ed Funk. Not all heroes wear capes and you guys are heroes. Thank you and greetings from Germany.
So this is where the common medals he's been picking up throughout the run really start to pay off. Like I said, like it doesn't seem like they're worth it until you actually see the common medal stars and notice how quick they are. And they actually also serve another purpose relative to early in the game, but I'll actually explain that 2 stars from now. You notice this guy's Station 1, he has to go through, I don't know, 4 or 5 planets to get to the boss. In this comet, all he has to do is go through 2 planets and he's already at the boss. And the boss itself is very quick, so.
Yeah, in Galaxy 1, like, all the comets in that game, like, the levels were pretty much the same, but they just, like, kind of made some kind of rule to change the level a bit. But this game actually, like, changes the levels a little bit to make it feel a bit different.
Yeah, in Galaxy 1, it was basically a rehash. Here, they actually put a relatively strict timer on you, as opposed to giving you, like, 5 minutes to do it all over. Here, you actually have to stop by, pick up clocks and whatever. It's a lot less lazy of a design.
Yeah.
The fight is pretty much the same as in the first star. There was a clock that I could have skipped, but I just took it in case I get hit in this boss fight, which will make me go really slow. If the timer runs to 0, you will die.
I'm rather happy we avoided a bit of marathon luck there, because if you shoot him with the star bit after the first hit at a certain time, the game either soft locks or you have to exit the star.
Oh yeah.
It's very, very rare, but there was ever a time.
We have $100 from Velzer. Thank you to all the great runners of AGDQ. Let's beat cancer together. $88 from Hef. Get them stars.
So in this star, you have to beat 30 Spinies by using the Rainbow Star. The Rainbow Star makes you able to run really fast, but it's very easy to lose that running momentum. If you get hit by anything or like bonk at a wall, you will lose it. I have to get it back. Like that.
It's not a general rule that applies to every situation, but for the most part, whenever he's stopped, it loses about 2 seconds or so.
It's actually possible to kill one of these enemies and have it be off screen when you kill it. And if that happens, you have to move the camera to the point where you kill the enemy to have the game counted as a kill. And that can be very annoying at the end there.
It's like sometimes you run around, you kill all of them, and then you notice the counter still says 29. The star's not spawning.
We've got $50 from Zero DPX. We need to see the Lost Levels 2P1C run. And another 50 from Jesse H. So close to 1 million, and we need to hit the last level's donation incentive. Here's to getting egg rolls.
So this galaxy is probably a fan favorite, as it also uses the momentum jumping of clouds, except it does so with spin platforms instead. And the results you get are pretty different from what you might expect.
Yeah. Getting these jumps is not very easy. You have to time your spin right, be at the right spot, and then time your long jump right. So it's very easy to mess up.
When you do a grounded spin, you can actually cancel it with a jump. So whenever you want to just switch it without really losing much momentum, we would just spin and do a long jump right away.
All right, that was all right.
Gabriel donates $30. Had to donate on the Super Mario Galaxy run. Good luck and save the animals.
Thank you.
$70 from Rick Mendingo. It's been great watching AGDQ with my son all week. I wanted to donate during one of our favorite games. Hi, Seth. Hawana with the 1337 donation. Hey there, thanks for all the awesome runs. Please tell my roommate Alex that I like him despite his weirdness. Alex, Hawana likes you.
This is the first purple coin mission in this game. Purple coins, whenever there's purple coins, you have to collect 100 of them, and then the star will spawn.
This is actually a very, very interesting comet because for some reason, like I said, you normally just get comets as you get comet medals. But on galaxies that have purple coin comets, you actually are not allowed to get those comets unless you get this comet first. It unlocks the other 100 coin comets for some reason.
It's the same way with Cloudy Court Comet. It unlocks every other Cosmic Clone Comet.
And so it's very important to get those two out of the way early so it doesn't impede the route.
I jump between these groups of coins because of the thing I mentioned earlier, where whenever Mario is walking, jumping is a few frames faster.
We have $20 from Rhinoceros. You better chickadee check yourself before you riggedy wreck yourself if you be believing that we won't be achieving the Lost Levels 2P1C goal. I'm always loving these events, so here's 2,000 cents. Keep up, boys. Everybody make some noise. Keep up, girls. Everyone around the world. Because Vallu be killing it, the couch be chilling it, and the announcer be thrilling it. Rhinoceros out.
That was actually amazing.
So this next level is definitely one of the hardest levels in the run. There are a lot of infinite flutters, and there is an easy way to do the flutters, but I go for a hard way that saves a few seconds over the easier way. If I don't get it first try, I'll go for the easy way instead.
He needs a very specific angle to get this with the right amount of speed. Very good.
All right. It took me a very long time to set that up, which means I probably didn't save time with it over the regular strats, but it's fine. Still wanted to show it off. Oh, what?
Oh.
I was supposed to shoot the first bullet bill at the left weak spot, but I guess it didn't go there. This will be really slow.
This can happen on this fight if the sensor bar stops working for like just a tiny bit. Then Yoshi will shoot it straight forward
Yeah,
instead
it
of shooting
happened
linear
again.
aiming.
Well, it's fine. So you can store a bullet in Yoshi's mouth for the last phase. I'm gonna use that to hit the boss really quickly. Okay,
That was
that
interesting.
could have been better, but there was some issues. Whatever. I got to skip in the level. That's all that matters.
We've got $10 from Eevee Spirit. Might as well donate a little more because of this great cause. Good luck to Vallu and the rest of the runners. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
$10 from Anonymous. Really impressed by this speedrun. Good luck to the runner. Save the frames and kill the Goombas. $500 from Let's Go. Great event, great run. $100 from Punisher. Long time watching, but this time I got a friend to donate as well. Money goes to Runner's Choice. And $100 from Pencil Pal. Cool Cat. Donation get. Cool Cat. 100 from Anonymous. Donating to Lost Levels 2P1C with Big John because AGDQ needs more Big John.
So I mentioned after World 1 that we were done with the finicky stuff for a while. That's over now. We're in World 4. In this world, if you mess up the slightest in most of the stars, you're usually either losing a decent amount of time or just flat out dying in many of the stars.
For the most part, World 4 is pretty chill. There's a lot of stars that you can't really go faster on, and you can just kind of rest. This next level is going to have Yoshi, so the entire movement in the level will be infinite fluttering to a spot and then to another spot.
I actually do get to see the usage of the bullet barrier this time, though, so that's nice.
Yeah. All right. There's a weird thing at the end of this level. If you fall down, uh, there's a possibility that you will land on invisible ground, and you have to long jump for a very long time to make it to the actual death zone. So falling down there will actually lose you more time than dying. A lot more time. The star looks really cool. There are a lot of skips. Well, 2 skips. I got the frame perfect jump there, but it didn't save me any time because this guy's on a cycle.
And he gets both the skips. That last one is actually really hard.
Yeah.
IMO. There's an easier version on that last one where you can land on the Toad ship instead of going straight to this planet.
Yeah.
It's slower by about 6 seconds, I think.
This fight is very straightforward. You have to wait until you can damage the boss again and then ground pound.
Yeah, you can't actually damage the boss until she gets angry, though. You gotta like make sure you don't ground pound too early.
Yeah, if you ground pound too early, you're gonna be very screwed because the boss will move around and you have to find another spot to ground pound under.
We've got $27 from Lori. Go Vallu! We have a couch full of people cheering you on here in central Finland. You're the best. Donation goes to Runner's Choice. $29 from Starred F29, first time donating to AGDQ. Thanks to all the speedrunners and everyone organizing and running the event. Go get those stars. Put the money towards that 2P1C Lost Levels run. $76 from Anonymous. My wife and I can't agree on whether or not we should save or kill the animals, so this donation is being split equally between save the dead animals, I guess?
Yeah, as you saw there, sometimes Rosalina, you get letters from Rosalina sending star bits to the White Luma, but instead of having the White Luma eat them, Mario just takes the star bits.
And then he feeds them to the other Lumas.
Yeah.
That's actually a skip.
Yeah, that's a skip. This is also a skip. It may not look like it, but I'm skipping a lot of the level. You're supposed to use the spin, the dig, the drill thing, but you can just kind of walk it up. You can't really go faster in this part. You just have to wait for the arrows.
There's a purple coin comet star here later. That's like way harder than this one.
Yeah, you have to collect 100 purple coins throughout this instead of just 5 silver stars.
We have $100 from Anonymous. Super Mario Galaxy games are among my all-time favorites. Awesome games. Also, please save the animals. 250 from Anonymous. I saw a post about SGDQ 2016 and ever since have been counting down the days until AGDQ. Great job, everyone, and save the animals.
In this star, you have to collect 100 purple coins while being on Yoshi. And Yoshi moves very fast. It's very easy to miss purple coins while trying to collect them. This is one level with Yoshi where you actually don't use infinite flutter.
You saw Luigi at the beginning of the level there. You can actually talk to Luigi to play as him, and he is actually faster than Mario. But there's like a cutscene that plays at the end of the star that Luigi talks to you, and it's just never worth it to actually like pick Luigi.
Yeah, it's not that much faster. So
Yeah.
we never use Luigi in 90%.
Yeah. And 242 star, which is the 100% category. You completely switch to Luigi after doing the 80% portion though.
We have $100 from Nicholas King 65. Gotta see that Lost Levels run. Love everything I've seen so far in the marathon. Keep up the great work.
So whenever I jumped during the star, or most of the time when I jumped, I actually double tapped A because it makes Yoshi do a short flutter on air, and that makes Yoshi land faster. And since walking is faster than jumping, it saves a little bit of time every time you jump, I think. Oh, something I should mention during the star. Whenever you use the drill, Mario's hitbox gets huge. It's very easy to collect purple coins like that, and it's abused during the star.
This star is technically an auto-scroller, but like every cycle is really tight. So he has to play almost perfectly in order to make them all.
Mm-hmm.
We have $50 from Metroid MST, who asks, how do you make a speedrun optimized? You plan it. Had to make a donation comment that was out of this world.
All right, that was good.
$300 from Anonymous, no comment. Another $100 from Anonymous says, love this time of year. Hope I can make it out in person in the future, but for now, here's to seeing the two-player, one-controller run. We're still about 15,000 away from that. 35,000 out of 50,000 for that. Get those donations in.
So this is Supermassive Galaxy. Everything is huge, except for Mario and some objects. But at the beginning, there's going to be cycles with the thwomps and the moving pipes. And I'm going to change the camera again to manipulate them. Ah. You can get a height boost from the pipe if you long jump from it when it's raising up, but you have to long jump at the very end, and it's a little bit too precise. I actually died 2 times in this level in my PB. All right, that was very close. You have to drill under these Koopa Troopers to kill them.
It's pretty easy because it's like lined up that you can just keep shaking the Wiimote and you'll automatically just kill them all.
Yeah.
He's going to turn the camera here again to manipulate some moving platforms that he's going to see in about 5 seconds.
H Quartz donates $20. A Saturday off work, a bowl of cereal, and a great SMG2 run makes for a perfect day. Thanks everyone for putting this event together, and Vallu for the amazing run. P.S. Save the animals. Smiley face.
Smiley face.
$20 from Moonlit Tiger. Hey, didn't plan to donate again, but noticed we are getting so close to 1 million and just couldn't help myself. Come on, everyone, let's go. My coworkers and fiance don't believe me when I say we can get to 1 million, so let's prove them wrong. Donation goes to Announcer's Choice. And again, that's the 2P1C run.
So this is Chompworks Galaxy. There are a lot of cycles in both stars here. Well, the 3 stars here. You have to make the path for these chomps to get to a specific part to get forward here. In the next planet, I'm going to land on the elevator or scale or whatever thing and try to long jump from it at a specific point so that it goes down just right for the chomp to get on. Hopefully that works. That should work. If the elevator is up, when the chomp gets there, the chomp will die and you have to get a new one, and it's pretty slow. The saves, I think, around 5 seconds. It looks easy, but it's kind of specific to get off the elevator at the right time. Or scale.
Yeah, if you get off the elevator slightly earlier or slightly later, the elevator will either stay up or go back up after it goes down.
You can't make that cycle with one controller, so you have to wait for the next one. If you use, if you have another player or use 2 controllers, you can stop objects from moving with it, and it's possible to chop the golden chomp, but how to use 2 controllers? This galaxy has just a lot of waiting, especially in the 1st and 3rd star. Oh, am I gonna get the star? Ah.
We have $80 from Mia Hall. Hello from Dublin. Have had so much fun watching tons of runs over the past week. So sad that this is the last day. Well done on another great event, and let's see those lost levels. $15 from Kawa. Always glad to donate to awesomeness at AGDQ. Good luck to all the runners, and thanks to the tech crew. Money goes to TaskBot getting revenge on Gradius. I believe in you, TaskBot. And that incentive is currently just under $10,000 out of $40,000, so still about $30,000 to get for the TaskBot to get revenge on Gradius.
This star introduces the Spring Mushroom power-up, and it's very bad. It makes you have to constantly jump and move very slowly, and you can press A while on the ground to do a really high jump. And the really high jump is the reason why we need to use the Spring Mushroom.
I think it's possible to do the last planet without the Spring Mushroom. It's just not faster.
Yeah. So the last part of this level is going to have elevators going up and down. And the cycles for those are actually moving while you're on the first planet because they can be seen from the background by the camera. So the faster you move on the first planet, the easier it will be for you to make a good cycle on this planet. It's kind of interesting.
Unfortunately, you didn't get the frame perfect ground pound on the first planet, so making this cycle will be really hard.
Yeah. If you get the frame perfect jump, this cycle will be a lot easier to make. Interesting. All right.
And since Nintendo knew every single one of you hate the Spring Mushroom, that's the only star we're going to see with it.
Yeah. Galaxy 1 uses it a bit more, but this game has some power-ups that are only used in one level. It's kind of weird. Like the Boo Mushroom, the Spring Mushroom.
It's like they put the power-ups in the game just for the sake of like advertising the game to say, hey, this game has this power-up, even though it's just used in one level.
Yeah, exactly. This game actually removed a power-up from two power-ups from Galaxy 1. The Ice Flower and the Red Flying Star. I like
really
both of
good
those power-ups.
power-ups, yeah.
Yes.
So here you have to collect 5 silver stars, and this level has Yoshi, so we're gonna use Infinite Flutter to get to the second one. The flutter can be kinda annoying, because when infinite fluttering, you can't go backwards, but you can go forward slightly. So if you end up facing outside of the tower, you have to jump off Yoshi to get there.
When you like eat things with Yoshi's mouth and like shoot it, like at the screen, like sometimes Yoshi's just like completely like shoots whatever you ate in the wrong direction. But if you like point away from the TV screen, it like shoots in the direction you're actually pointing. It's kind of weird. I don't know.
Yeah, if you don't have the pointer on the screen at all, Yoshi will shoot whatever is in his mouth straight forward. So at the end here, I'm gonna grab Yoshi and just infinite flutter to the star because it's faster than long jumping there.
We've got $50 from Dominator101. As much as I want to see the tech crew speedrun set up Block 6, I think I'd rather watch the 2P1C run of Lost Levels. Keep up the good work, guys. This is my first time watching GDQ, and it's been awesome. I don't know how you guys do it. $50 from Link7777 TaskBot Hype. Let's get that Gradius run in.
So this star actually casually requires you to go underwater at a certain part and then go up to a tower and unlock the cloud power-up from there and use the cloud, use a moving leaf boat or whatever to get to another tower and then get up with the cloud mushroom, but we can skip all of that. Normally the game doesn't let you be on clouds if you don't have the cloud power-up or the bee power-up. But you have a small window to jump when you get on the clouds without the power-ups. And that window is used to do the skip. I'm also using the camera to manipulate the cycles for the clouds.
We have a $1,000 donation from Anonymous. How is this 2P1C run not funded yet? $15 from Mel149, a second shot at glory after a crushing defeat. Sounds like the stuff of legends, and AGDQs are made of. You bet I'm donating to give TaskBot another chance to beat Gradius Task. Go, TaskBot, go! And $100 from Kyle Kammerer, who says, "Thank you so much for playing my game."
So this comet is pretty much the last planet of the first star in this galaxy, but you have Shadow Marios following you around. That's the level. It doesn't really make it much harder for a speedrunner, but casually this level can be quite annoying. So you can reach some donations here.
All right. $75 from Anonymous, donating towards the 2P1C Lost Level run. Would you like an egg roll? Let's make it happen, people.
Okay, that is very embarrassing, not gonna lie.
$50 from Soul Deadshot. Finally, it's the weekend. Now I can finally sit down and watch AGDQ. So sad it's nearing the end and I have to wait another 6 months. $50 towards Kill the Animals because they're going to have a bad time. $100 from Chilled Like Ice, from epic multiplayer races, cameos from Waluigi and Daisy, cheering on checkpoints, and yes, even watching wolves sacrificing their families for the sake of epic moonwalks. AGDQ 2017 has truly been one for the books. So excited to have been able to catch most of the event live from home this year. Donation goes to the Lost Levels 2P1C. I've been craving egg rolls all year.
All right, there we go.
It's pretty amusing to see the Cosmic Clones copy everything you do.
Yeah, you can do some funny things with that.
We have a $1,000 donation from Dubanka. Says, I fondly remember playing Super Mario Galaxy 2 while growing up. Or was that Super Mario 2? Close enough. Take my money. Gladly.
So this level has 2 stars, and both of them have a really cool skip in them. Does anyone want to explain?
Yeah. I'll go ahead and explain. So the skip in this star is called Behind the Castle. And the reason you have to do Behind the Castle instead of the skip that you do in the second star is because you have to go get the Comet Medal. And Behind the Castle starts right where the Comet Medal is. So he has to get this power up to get 6 life because he'll be taking a lot of damage bouncing on lava while he does Behind the Castle. So he has to go up here, get on top of the pillar, and then just jump and go behind the castle. And he has to set this up so he's a certain distance from the castle. If he's too close, Mario will get stuck. Oh. Yeah, Mario will get stuck in the air and die. If he's too far, that happens.
I should go for it again.
You need the Comet Medal.
Oh, yeah.
It'll be faster to go for the gravity skip.
Okay. Actually, I might just not go for any of them.
That's fine. Yeah, that's fair. It wouldn't save that much time to go for it again anyway. So yeah, if you got the skip right after bouncing on the lava a bunch, you would like go right next to like the 2D section before the launch star.
Yeah. The gravity will just pull you in that part. So this is going to be the second Bowser fight, and for the first hit, I'm going to wait for a while before doing it, so Bowser can finish his animation of pulling out the fist. By waiting for that and hitting him during his next animation, I will skip the next animation that he's going to do, which is punching on the ground, which is useless. And he will just spawn more meteors, and it saves time. For this fight, doing the delayed shot is a bit harder than for the last one because in the last fight, Bowser pulls out the fist earlier than in this one.
We have $100 from Duckberry. This is a cool marathon organized by cool people, featuring some games played by cool people and watched by cool people. That's cool.
All right, I got it. And yeah, the fight is just going to be the same as the last one, so you can read donations.
All right. $20 from Dante. Another awesome event. Thanks to all the runners and organizers for doing an amazing job. Can't wait for Bubbles Del Fuego's Dark Souls 3 run. $75 from Flash 2. We must see the 2P1C Mario Bros. Run. $100 from Toastmaster 8. Let's see some lost levels, 2P1C. $10 from Zypher, first time donating. Thank you to all the runners and staff for making this event happen. $10 from Guts. Thanks to the tech crew, TaskBot reigns supreme. $20 from Crazy Kitten. What a great event. Have watched for years, but now I can donate too. Hope we hit 1 million soon. Some updates on the totals. We are currently 12,000 away from the Lost Levels 2P1C. We're $29,000 away from the TASBot Revenge on Gradius, and only $19,000 away from $1 million raised. $75 from RMC154. Thanks for another great event. I love the Galaxy games, and I'm excited to see how TASBot is going to gloriously wreck the NES Classic. This goes to the Lost Levels bonus run, but still, kill cancer, save the animals. $25 from Roy9740. Great job to all runners, donators, and contributors. AGDQ should be more recognized. Hello from Reunion Island. $15 from Pimin34. I couldn't donate during the Fire Emblem, but this Super Mario Galaxy run is crazy. Had to donate. Thanks for putting this awesome event on, and I definitely found new games to try and speedrun. $50 from Dakar Deathblade. Awesome games done humanely? Kill the virtual animals.
So we're not going to go to World 5 yet. We're going to go back to get some comments and bonus stars. This one is pretty much just the same as the first star, but with a timer. And Nintendo actually spells speedrun with a space.
Casuals.
No, that makes it official. We all have to start spelling it that way now.
Yeah. Since we don't have to get the column middle during this star, because we get it in the last one, and this is the comet, the ending of this level is going to be slightly different. I'm going to jump at the end of a wall, and it will give me a huge height boost. I had to abandon Yoshi because I didn't have control there. Usually you do, but usually you have control over Yoshi there, and you can move backwards, and then you just have to side flip and abandon Yoshi to get the star. But since I lost Yoshi there, I had to go back and get it.
We've got $25 from Simon the Cheekbeard. Greetings from Finland. We've been watching AGDQ for the whole week with our 2-month-old twin daughters. Now is a good time to donate, featuring their favorite game. Great playing, Mario Man. It was hyphenated. I don't think it actually means Mario Man.
So in this star, you have to kill all the crabs on the planet, and their movement is sort of RNG. So you just have to react to everything and try to hope that a lot of them are grouping together so you can get a lot of them off at once.
The game never actually tells you that that you can jump and press Z to cancel, rolling. So this star can be pretty brutal casually if you don't know that.
Yeah.
We've got a $1,000 donation from Anonymous. It says, hey baby, wanna kill all the animals?
That wasn't too great. Usually you want to have at least 20 seconds left on the clock. But since it's RNG, you can't really practice that very accurately.
We've got $20 from Anonymous, 4 years watching and first time donating. Thanks to everyone who made this event possible. Greetings from Czech Republic. Also, kill the animals.
Speaking of killing creatures, we get to see an old friend again. Oh, that's the next star. Ironically enough, that I say that, this is actually one where you want to save a creature. Despite his protests and his really strong desire to die.
So why she has a soft lock. Hopefully that doesn't happen.
Yeah. So now we can do this game without the rock mushroom, and it's a lot easier. You don't even have to set up to get it, because spinning makes you able to move forward, and it just makes the skip really easy.
You try to move here in a very specific way so that the Goomba acts how we want it to. Because if we don't, he will just charge straight into a chain chomp, and you only get 2 of them. If both of them end up dying, then you have to leave the level and do it over, or die and start it over that way.
Yeah. At the end, instead of jumping to grab the star, I'm just going to use the rock power-up, because it will make Mario go a bit higher.
We have $30 from Kalina H. Today is my birthday. Thank you for such an awesome GDQ. I would like to donate this in memory of my uncle who passed away last summer, as today would have been his birthday too. Let's get the donation total to over 1 million today and make this an awesome birthday present for me. Happy birthday, Kalina. $20 from P. Loic. Nothing else to say, but thank you.
All right, so I get to try this boss fight again. I'm really hoping I'll be able to show off the optimal threats this time. It's pretty much the exact same fight, but again with a timer. So nothing's changed, really. Because Nintendo gives you way too much time to do these. I got hit there, though, so I couldn't hit the last one. Other than that, it was going great. Oh. Alright, sorry for that.
That's the nature of this boss fight. It was going perfectly. One mistake led to 25-second loss.
Yeah. It's very unforgiving.
It's actually a third version of this fight. Well, a third time you fight this, but not in this category, only in 242. And it's like even harder than that.
Yeah, Gobblegut's got a brother who we hate even more than this guy, and we want to dodge him like the plague in this category. We don't really have a way to manipulate him.
We've got $10 from Why Not Julie. Says, I just want to see some more smiley faces in chat. Smiley face.
Smiley face.
Smiley face.
Smiley face.
Smiley face.
$75 from Fireburner. More Mario, please, so donation goes to the Lost Levels.
So we're gonna have pull stars in this level. You have to point at them with the pointer and hold A, and that will make get Mario pulled towards them. That was really weird. I was standing on the ledge there and didn't have any control over Mario until I jumped. That hasn't really happened before.
Yeah, sometimes when you're staying on the very edge of a platform, if you're holding forward, it does nothing but keep you in place since the game wants to make you fall.
Here you have to guide the bomb under you to this cage so you can get down as well. Nothing you can do to make it faster, really. You're supposed to go up from there, but you can just long jump down and skip, going the longer way.
That was very well executed because if you don't do those pull stars correctly, your momentum just dies and you have to build up speed again.
Yeah. And it's very easy to get hit by the electric walls.
It's also very easy to get to the end and miss the star and just keep dancing around it.
Yeah, that too.
We've got $500 from Anonymous, no message. $100 from Good Cat. Third time watching and donating to Games Done Quick. What a great event for a good cause. This is going to the Lost Levels 2P1C run. Good luck, runners.
770. This is another point star.
Yeah, we get to do the skating minigame again. But this time you have to get 600 points to beat it, and not just 500.
847, Kappa.
820 on my end.
If you accidentally fall into the lava before getting to the pipe, it's very hard to get back in the pipe, but it's possible because it's really hard to control Mario while he's jumping around. $800, that's pretty good.
Figures the meme response was the closest one.
You can't really go for high score world records during any percent runs because the skating minigame is much faster if you use Luigi.
That's pretty much the case for like a lot of ILs, right?
Yeah.
Every IL except Boom Moon 2 is faster with Luigi, and you don't even do Boom Moon 2 in any percent.
Yeah. For some reason, Luigi just simply moves up and down way slower than Mario when using the Boom Mushroom.
Very nice.
Yeah, normally you have to like go to the other side, and go to the far back side of that planet. But you can just use the cloud power up and just use gravity and just go to right to the launch star.
Yeah, there are two ways to do this skip. One is much easier, but that's definitely the faster method that he did.
Yeah.
His method requires very well-spaced and well-timed long jumps that if you don't quite execute properly, you're very likely going to die.
On that previous part, you're supposed to kill all the enemies by shooting coconuts back at them, but you can just long jump and get hit by the lava and make it on the ice platforms without doing anything to them. In this boss fight, there's a very interesting strat where you triple jump and spin at the boss when it's shooting things upwards. But there's some RNG involved in it. Let's see if I can get it. I got it.
Nice.
When the boss shoots all the things upwards, they come back down later. I don't think that they intended you to have anything to do with them while they're going upwards, but if you get lucky, you can get one of the coconuts while they're going upwards. But you have to get lucky with the timing.
We have $100 from Kojin God. Great job to all the runners, and a special shout out to the tech crew and admins that have been keeping the event going all week. We're in the home stretch. Let's reach the new donation world record. This goes to the TAS Revenge on Gradius because we need to see it happen this time. And $15 from Smarty Girl 7. This AGDQ has been fantastic. Wonderful job, runners, announcers, and everyone working the tech and audio behind the scenes. We need some more Big John, so this is going to the Lost Levels 2P1C. I'll donate another $15 if our awesome announcer and audience can give their best Waluigi wah!
Wow. So this is the sequel level to Upside Down Galaxy from the first world. It's not much different at the start, but at the end of the level, there's going to be a music playing, and the gravity will change to the rhythm of the music, which will make it very cycle-based. Oh. I was supposed to make it to that fight, but sometimes it doesn't let you in. Yeah, normally you're supposed to wait for the arrows to go up on that part, but if you do a triple jump and spin, you can make it there when the arrows are pointing down.
We've got $100 from Seth7. $100 for those Lost Levels 2P1C, because we all want as much Big John as possible. $20 from the Dinosaurs Protection Foundation from South Korea. Does saving the animals include saving Yoshi? In that case, save the animals.
No.
Gootsy182 with $100 says, loving the event as always. Shout outs to my boy Sniper reading donations. Hey dude, let's save those animals. Thanks, Gootsy.
So this is another box minigame. There's not really much to say about it. It's just optimizing the fireball throws. you have to pay attention to the fact that Mario throws the fireballs from his right hand. So whenever you throw a fireball, it's going to come from slightly more to the right, and sometimes it can mess you up if you think it's just going to go straight from where you are. I don't think you can just keep shaking the Wii remote to throw fireballs optimally. You have to time every shake, which makes the minigames a bit difficult.
We've got $20.17 from Anonymous, watching GDQ for years now. First time donating, and it's about time. Let's get this 2P1C on the road. 150 from Sir Necro. Had a tough week at work, but can't sleep. Have to watch all these amazing runs. Thanks for this amazing event. The money goes to 2P1C Lost Levels Run. $25 from Anonymous. I'm having visions of egg rolls and a giant sombrero, which means I have to donate for Big John and Andrew G Lost Levels Speedrun.
So this level has a lot of auto-scrolling. There's this maze at the beginning, but after that you have to stay on these pink blocks that go forward. I think the pink blocks are originally from a 2D Mario game, and then they were implemented into a 3D Mario game, which is kind of cool, I guess.
I think they're from Super Mario World originally.
Yeah, probably.
Another 15 from Smarty Girl 7. Here it is, as promised. Wow! Much love, everyone.
You're actually supposed to stay on the blocks for way longer, but you can make it to the star with a long jump and spin.
$50 from Floopies. Super Mario Galaxy 2 was the first game I ever got to 100%, and seeing it being ran for a good cause makes it so much more special. Put this towards Lost Levels. Also, a big shout out to the sidewalks for keeping me off the street. $75 from Anonymous. First time watching live, and so first time donating. Been looking forward to donating since I learned about AGDQ in the fall. Keep up the good work, and shout outs to the tech crew.
So we didn't used to do this star on any percent, but there was a skip found that makes this faster than doing Supermassive Secret. The skip is gonna skip the last moving pink blocks before the launch star. It looks really cool. Hopefully I'll get it first try.
It's very fitting this is a Super Mario World throwback because we're going to do some flying in a moment.
Got it. The way that works, I think, is you have to activate the blocks that are going forward, and it will like trigger the wall moving up, and that will change some of the gravity and make Mario stand on the left side of the pink blocks, and you can use that to long jump to the star, launch star.
We've got $75 from Traz. TASBot is the best bot, so let's let it get its revenge on Gradius so it doesn't have to use its video game skills to rise up and take over humanity. $10 from The Time Streamer. Been watching for 2 years and it keeps getting better and better. Here's a little something for that 2P1C Lost Levels run. And greetings from Italy. And $100 from Ultimu. 2P1C for Lost Levels? Put this towards that. Let's buy some researchers a lot of egg rolls.
So in this level, I think you're supposed to be skating and beating these enemies with the Rainbow Star power-up. But if you jump right before getting the Rainbow Star, you will instead be able to use the normal running speed, which makes this a lot faster. Because turning while skating is really slow.
$100 from JagerTech. I can donate to watch even more TASBot. Take my money. Money towards Revenge on Gradius. 25 from Zeo Blue Mage. One last donation in honor of my mother who lost her valiant battle with pancreatic cancer in 2010. Although she loved Super Mario games, I have to put this towards TASBot's Revenge on Gradius. Also, shoutouts to the Final Fantasy XI community.
Oh, Space Storm 2, I think.
Huh? Space Storm 2. Oh, I forgot to do that. You're right. Okay. That's a routing mistake. I was supposed to do the star right after Space Storm 1. Hopefully it doesn't mess up the route.
No, it shouldn't.
So in this star, you're supposed to use these switches to stop time or make time slower, and then use that to get up. But you don't have to do that. You can make it up while everything is going fast. It's very cycle-based.
Yeah, normally you have to like hit switches and go past all those like cannons that are shooting bubbles and stuff. But you can just like get up the side and just long jump up.
All right, now we can enter the castle.
There's also switches in that level that if you ground pound them, it like slows down time. Like, but if you don't really actually have to use them.
One reason that Galaxy 2 is a lot more generous to runners is that if you make a routing mistake like this, it's sort of just, it's an inconvenient time loss. Whereas in Galaxy 1, if you make a routing mistake like that, your run might be dead because you might get a completely different comet cycle and whatnot. Yeah. This is probably a better entry-level game.
This level is actually really short until the boss fight. You have to do some cannon shots. The cannons, the shots are based on where you're pointing with the pointer. And I'm gonna go for something I like to call instant shot at the start, the first cannon, where I point at a specific part of the screen and then press A as soon as possible. If I fail it once, I won't go for it again.
It's important for him to hit his A as soon as possible, because if you have the when you're aiming at the Wii remote, the camera will slowly turn towards where you're aiming. So if he hits it later, it won't work.
I got it there, but something got messed up, and it made the rest of the movement pretty slow, but that's okay. The fight, you have to climb up using the Cloud Mushroom, and then ground pound on the glass that protects Bowser Jr. If you mess up something here, it's very easy to lose a bunch of time.
Yeah, this fight is notorious for looking like a joke or absolutely wrecking you with no in between.
All right. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of cutscenes again, so probably a good place to read donations.
All right. We've got $100 from Comeback 1 Year. Awesome event as always. Let's hit that million and kill those animals. 150 from Joshua Dubois. Thank you for another great event this year, and let's get that million. $100 from Neural Pathway. Hey, Neural and Xander here. Good luck to Vallu with the rest of the run. Can we hit 1 million before the end of SMG2? I think we can, guys. We're just over $10,000 from 1 million. We can get it before the end of SMG2.
That would be cool.
That'd be super cool. $50 from Fredden. Greetings from the cold, dark Sweden. Big thanks to all the crew, speedrunners, crowd, and donators for making this possible. Looking forward to the July event. 100 from Anonymous. Love AGDQ. Keep it up, guys. $50 from Snaildale. Mario Galaxy 2 is my favorite Mario game, so I love to see it be run through. Good luck to the runner.
Thank you.
150 from Saturn New Hockey. I didn't notice the incentive for TASBot's Revenge on Gradius until I heard the other comments being read towards it. Here's another 150 for more TAS. $100 from Sreeve 208. Thanks to all the runners and everyone for donating for a wildly successful AGDQ. Cancer has taken several members of my family, so I understand the importance of education and prevention. Put this donation towards Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels, 2-player, 1 controller.
So the start of this level is gonna have full stars. We're just I'm just gonna try to get as much momentum from each one as possible. You have to release A at a specific time to get a good speed.
It's important to get max momentum on those pull stars because the tornadoes at the end of this segment are actually on universal cycles. So you have to get there by a certain time in order to get the cycle you want.
So there's gonna be a really weird long jump here. Let's see if I can get it. It goes all around the planets like that. You have to hold down left and then switch to holding left to do that. It's just one of the cool things in Galaxy that only happens in Mario Galaxy.
Those plants are notorious for making absolutely no sense, but yeah, Vallu handled them very, very well.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to die there.
It's also scary because optimally you get no checkpoints through the level.
Oh yeah, you would have to start all over.
As many of us have.
Unfortunately. Yeah, there are these hungry Lumas inside pipes on the ship that you can pay coins or star bits to get some dice. But I think you can only get one-ups or star bits from the dice, and one-ups are pretty much useless because there's an infinite one-ups trick that makes you able to get 99 one-ups easily, and the game doesn't save your lives. If you stop playing the game and then play it again, you will have, I think, 3 lives again. So it doesn't really make sense.
Yeah, you permanently use your star bits, but you don't permanently have your lives.
Yeah. So this bowling minigame, I don't like it very much. There are strats that can make this a lot faster, but the strats are really precise, and it's the kind of thing that you can easily get in practice, but you always mess up in runs. You can skip having to stop using the rock mushroom after every ramp. You would do this by first jumping and then spinning on air, because you can't use the ramps while you're in the spinning animation. And then you have to do a double jump. It's a glitch that happens if you jump and then press A and spin again on air. You can actually get infinite jumps with the rock mushroom, but that's only for tasks. And there is a huge skip in one level that has been tasked, and it looks really cool with the infinite rock mushroom jumps. You can get 1 or 2 jumps without tasks, but after that it becomes really difficult to do them.
We got $15 from Venrule. Yo, AGDQ, hope you're all well. Value, I hope you're enjoying yourself in the US and at AGDQ. Can't wait to watch your Sunshine and SMG2 runs again on stream. Also, yo, Valu, what's up? Craigasm, Craigasm, Craigasm. Donation goes to Valu's choice.
Rip chat.
He always says that when he comes to the chat.
$50 from Shadowfrost43. Hey, GDQ, I always wondered, when you feed a hungry Luma, do you save him from his hunger or kill him by making him explode? So I'll let a professional decide. What does the runner think? Money can go to killing/saving the animals, whatever the runner decided. Greetings from the audience.
This level has so many star bits that I don't even bother to throw them away, so I might as well enforce it and just collect as many as I can. This is pretty much an auto-scroller. You just have to go forward. This is kind of weird. You can't actually stop using the rock mushroom here. Even if you jump and press C, it just doesn't work. At the end of the level, there's a small skip that lets you skip using 2 walls, and I'm gonna attempt to do that once. I got it.
Very nice.
I think that saves 1 to 2 seconds or so, but it looks really nice, and it's not that hard to do.
It also saves a lot of stress because those fences you bump into are very infamous for flinging you into oblivion for no reason.
Yeah. If you get unlucky, you can just die for no reason if you hit one of the walls. Which has happened to me on a world record pace run before. You have to collect 30 coins here to unlock the Hungry Luma. And it's very cycle-based. Jumping on enemies instead of spinning at them to kill them gives you coins, so I will try to do that a few times here.
This is a very, very intimidating start because it's very easy to die, and the cycle you get after you die is much less fast to get the coins.
I'm gonna look forward a little bit to affect the cycles of the last moving platform thing. I was supposed to get that 1 coin down there, but it would have been risky to go for that. I missed 2 coins, so I have to get 2 extra coins here. Optimally, you wouldn't have to use that platform at all to get coins. At the end here, on the last planet, you're supposed to go to the right, then climb up using one of the moving hammers. You have to use the buttons that slow down time. But instead of doing that, we just use a wall jump and get to the star.
It's one of the many weird cases of like skipping just a lot by doing something really easy.
Yeah, like that wall jump there is probably easier than the casual way to do that part.
Yeah.
We've got $100 from Talbot. Here's to getting us to 1 million. Great runners, great staffers, great events. Koneko Ninja donates $10, says it's just $10, but let's get to 1 million before the end of this run. $50 from Anonymous, million get.
So this galaxy is actually just Whomp's Fortress from Super Mario 64, and it's called Throwback Galaxy. It's kind of cool. The comet medal is the comet medal in this level is in the same spot where a star would be in SM64, so that's pretty cool. The boss fight has been changed drastically, though.
I'm going to interrupt you for 1 second, Vallu. We have a $28,000 donation from the Yeti.
Wow.
Which puts us past the 1 million mark.
Let's go.
In the fastest time that we've ever hit it.
World
It's the
record.
quickest we've ever hit $1 million. Great job, guys. Great job. The donation from the Yeti says, "Hey all, Yeti here. I'm simply floored. We've hit $100,000 raised from shirts, posters, and coins. Massive shout outs to all the artists who made this possible. The Yeti family at the warehouse, Sumi, Maddie, and the runners and the rest of the GDQ staff for all their love and support, and of course, the viewers, donating and supporting this amazing event. Thank you so much."
Congratulations, donors, on your new world record.
So yeah, the boss fight is a lot bigger than in SM64, and also a lot slower.
Same general concept though.
Yeah. And I think the boss says the same line he does after losing in SM64. So the level really takes a throwback to another level.
$50 from Stars Eclipsed. It's been awesome to watch great games for a great cause. We hit the million. $500 from Slice Lime. Here's for the 1 million and the 2 players, 1 controller lost levels run. $250 from Anonymous. Been watching all week. Big thanks to the runners, announcers, and organizers for putting on a great event for a good cause.
So the second star of this level has you collect 5 silver stars. But I don't think they really did anything related to SM64 with these. They just added the cloud power up to their level and made them in spots that aren't really related to the original game. They could have done it. They could have done them with like red coin positions, but oh well. That part is kind of weird. If you do that long jump from more to the left, you won't get as much momentum for some reason. The momentum in this game works really weirdly sometimes, where sometimes, like at some parts, if you do the long jump from here, you will get momentum, but if you do it from slightly more to here, you won't get it, etc. So you just have to know where you have to jump.
Got $20 from Boohead86, donating again because my main man, Sniper King, is reading donations. Also, why are people bent on killing animals? That's so mean. Let's save those animals. $5 from Mike Villy, donation goes towards Half-Life 3 speedrun. Feels bad, man. $50 from Scribble-Eye, gotta see Big John and Andrew G share a controller. But do they each get their own egg roll? $25 from Anonymous. Who would vote for Save the Animals in a speedrun event? This doesn't make sense to me.
This is the last Hungry Luma. You could go to the final level from the upper path, but there's a galaxy called Boss Blitz, which is really slow. And it would be really unoptimal to do it in 90%, so we use the bottom path instead.
If this route came down to one thing, it was what can we do to avoid boss blitz? It's battle belt, rather.
Oh yeah, battle belt.
That is a really, really slow, boring level.
Yeah. The concept in it is interesting, though.
It's just not well executed at all.
Yeah. So every once in a while, to the rhythm of the music, you get to see the ground. But since this is a speedrun, we obviously know where everything is, and don't really need to see it anyway. There's some really cool movement really soon. Let's see if I can get it. I messed up all the coolest things in this run so far, but a thump.
You did get the fearsome fleet flair.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, you're right. Something that's very related to this game in particular is a marathon called 602. It's a marathon where you do the four first 3D Mario games in a row, and you do the 100% categories. It's a very long marathon. It takes like 22 hours. And the next level is very boring. And I've like almost fallen asleep during this level, at the end of the marathons. This level is pretty much just using the shell to go underwater, and you don't really have to do anything. You just wait until you get to the end. So you can read donations for the entire level.
Great. So with that Yeti donation, the TASBot Revenge on Gradius incentive has been met. The Super Mario Bros. Lost Levels 2P1C with Big John Game J06 and Andrew G is only about $5,000 away from being met. It's at 44,796 out of 50. Really close, guys. We can get it. Sexy Polar Bear with $100 says 1 million hype. Blood Whale with $10. Happy to see Vallu do his run, and I wish him all the luck. Donation goes to Vallu's Choice. $20 from Jig65. Love watching Vallu run SMG2. You're doing great. Putting this towards kill the animals and lost levels 2P1C. $50 from Anonymous. Great cause, great games. Win-win. $5 from Wheelsy, excuse me. New category for GDQ only speed donating. World record holder, the whole gaming community. Simply fabulous. $20 from 99 Accord. I can't believe my boyfriend saves the animals every year and I didn't know it. This changes everything.
Just let him go.
$100 from Anonymous. Congrats on that million, everyone. Let's save the animals in Super Metroid, then kill those bosses in Undertale. That's a good balance, right? $15 from Suzushi Shiro. Thanks to Yeti for topping off the Gradius incentive, but I still won't forgive you guys for depriving us of naming Edge Arby's in FF4. $20 from Anonymous. Got to keep that $1 million hype train flowing.
So at the end here, there's a small strat where you can throw the shell right as you get out of the water, so you can do long jumps to the chest because you wouldn't be able to do them while holding the shell. Makes it a little bit faster.
The atmosphere in this final area is kind of cool.
Yeah.
$300 from Kevin Sharp. 1 million hype. Thanks to everyone who donated. Putting this towards killing the animals since taunting them is not an option this year. $100 from Anonymous. Screw 1 million. Let's go for 2. $70 from Avaloneth. Longtime watcher, first-time donator. Frame the animals. $50 from Tonka. Hello again, AGDQ. I'm so excited to watch us exceed $1 million live. Let's do it. Best of luck to all today's runners. I cannot think of a better way to spend this Saturday.
So this star is just pretty much the last part of Haunty Halls 2, but with the Cosmic Marios. A lot of these comments are just doing the same thing over again. And if you get all the 120 stars in this game, you unlock the green stars. And the green stars are pretty much doing the same levels over and over again, while you can end them a little bit earlier. They are pretty much just hidden in each level. But in a speedrun, it can get very boring.
Although a few green stars actually bring in some interesting tech.
Oh yeah, there are some green stars that are interesting.
But unfortunately, they're few and far between compared to the less than entertaining ones.
It's better than an SMG1 where they just made you play through the entire game with Luigi again.
Yeah, for sure. The next level is going to be a beat block, but with double speed, and you have to collect, the silver stars are in harder places than in the first star. This can be very easy to mess up with just slight mistakes. You get Yoshi at the start of the level, so you can skip the entire beginning, so that's cool.
It's worth noting that I'm pretty sure the game outright lies to you. It says double time, but it's actually 4 times as fast.
Oh. You can choose to have Yoshi in the last part or just do long jumps. I think long jumps are faster, but having Yoshi is safer, so it can be a tough choice. But I obviously go for the faster choice. Okay, that was kind of close.
Making it eventful for the fans.
Yeah, using ground pounds to stall yourself in the air just a little bit longer is pretty common in Mario games. In this game, ground pounds are very fast, so it doesn't really help you as much as in games like Sunshine or SM64, but it still helps you a little bit.
We've got $15 from To Whack Positivity, Value for Partner. Donation to Value's Choice.
Twink.
Twink.
$100 from Omni Sniper, $1 Million World Record Hype. Let's get this last incentive met. We're actually only just under $2,000 away from hitting the Lost Levels 2P1C incentive. Great job, guys.
Okay, so there's a really cool skip here, where you use lava boosting. If you get hit by a lava wall and then fall onto lava again, you will get a lot of momentum, and we use that to skip most of the level. You have to do specific inputs in the air when it's happening. Got it.
Okay. It's possible for you to get that trick, and yet the death plane will be right there waiting for you. So it looks like you got it, and then you just outright die. It's really dejecting when you get that in a run, but thankfully there's certain control inputs you could do to avoid it.
Yeah, I think this is just a speculation, but if you land on like the left side of the platform, you're more likely to go through the ground and die. So I try to land on as right as possible, but not too much right, so I die.
Yeah, because normally when you die through that trick, it's either you didn't get the transition over to where he lands correctly, or you're too far right.
Yeah. So this is kind of an interesting choice for the game. They could have done it like in Galaxy 1 Beach Bowl, where they could have like hit all the purple coins all around the level, but instead they went for this. You use Yoshi and the peppers to collect purple coins really fast. I don't think this game has like any collect-a-thon purple coin missions, which is kind of interesting. While Galaxy 1 has a lot of them. In this game, all the purple coin missions are kind of fast.
This game's levels are generally a lot more linear than Galaxy 1's. That's probably why.
Yeah. So if you collect enough purple coins at the start, you could go to the right of this tower and skip collecting a lot of the purple coins. But I missed too many of them. I couldn't have gone for it. We're going to go back to World 6 now and do 2 more comets, and then we're going to get the final level.
We've got a $300 donation from Anonymous that says, let's beat last year. A $400 donation from Anonymous that says, donating for 2 players, 1 controller, 0 cancer. And a $500 donation from Anonymous that says, this Mario Galaxy speedrun is crazy. Kill the animals.
Anonymous is a rich dude, sheesh.
Huh?
Anonymous is a rich dude.
This star is pretty much the same as the second star of this level. There's like nothing different. Except for this cycle at the beginning. For some reason this is different, and it's harder to make.
like to point out this is a really good remix of Lost Fortress theme.
Oh yeah, I was just thinking of that. I get a star bit. I don't think I can get rid of it before grabbing the star. Actually, I think I can. You can't do a crown pound when you're really close to the ground. It just doesn't let you do it, so you have to be slightly higher than that. It's a major thing in that part of the level. You want to try to be high enough so you can do the crown pound there without having to land on the cloud first. This is a very interesting level to speedrun. You have to get, at the start of the level, you get some star bits, and then you shoot the star bits at the enemies, so you can walk at them to kill them. And you have to keep track of your star bit count, so you can keep doing that. It has a lot of multitasking. Okay. That was actually really scary. Because I didn't get the jump before the cutscene began, so I had to time the jump right after the cutscene ends, or else I could have fallen down.
I'm glad we didn't kill Yoshi for once.
Oh yeah.
That's the first star Yoshi got.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That's really funny. Oh, and here we have a skip.
Hardest skip in the game.
Yes, the hardest skip in the game. It's in the world map.
And he got it!
Oh my gosh. Yes. So on the space before the final level, normally when you land on it, there's a long cutscene with Lubba talking. But if you don't use the nunchuck to get there and instead press the final level with the Wiimote, the Starship Mario just goes over it and skips it entirely. We call it the purple idiot skip because, you know, nobody likes Lubba and he's an idiot.
I like Love It Bible Club.
Well, Marina likes Lubba.
As embarrassing as it is, it's worth noting that it took 8 years to find.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually a pretty recent skip. We're gonna do some lava boosting here again. So there's a pretty big skip coming up. It skips the rest of the level, which is one really long auto-scroller section and another Yoshi section. You pretty much just infinite flutter at the end. So you can land on this here.
He has to be very careful with his height here, because if he goes too high, he has to leave the level.
Yeah. So you can actually make it to the top floor over here, but I just didn't go for it. It saves a lot of time, but it's a marathon. I'm too scared to go for it.
You can actually hit 2 of these things at once, but it's like really like.
Oh yeah, that's a good thing to mention. It's possible to get a double hit, but it's very, very precise, and there is no consistent way to do it, really. But it's very hype whenever it happens. This fight is pretty much the same as the one in World 4, except instead of the normal shockwave, it's a bit different. And Bowser pulls out his fist earlier, and that's about it. Oh yeah, there's also 3 meteors instead of 2.
We've got a $1,000 donation from Anonymous. Says, congrats AGDQ for the PB on that 1 million run. Now let's get that high score and let's see those lost levels. And $77.77 from PTOJ, Big John, and the G. Aw yeah. And with that, we will be having the lost levels 2B1C.
Let's go. I don't have to get rid of Starbits here because it's the final level, obviously. One more hit.
We've got $25 from Steve Massey. This AGDQ has been amazing. Great job to all the runners, and shout outs to Vallu for being a god. Love you all.
By the way, time is coming up soon.
Time is actually not coming up soon.
No. If he can just get to this star before Bowser comes back.
Oh, he's back.
Boo.
So this is a very lame final boss. It's actually almost impossible to die here, OPOP. There's a strat at the first hit. If you just don't hold anything and press C, after the meteorite becomes yellow, you will get the first hit for free. For the other ones, I'm gonna wait and then aim it.
Yeah, this level actually has really awesome music, but nobody ever gets to hear it because this boss is just so easy.
Oh yeah,
You kill it really fast.
the music is actually amazing at.
Not just speedrunners, literally. I'm pretty sure anybody has never heard this in its full entirety.
Yeah. And that's it. Now there's just one long jump left.
Don't mess it up.
I won't. Time comes when I touch the final Grand Star. and time.
Planning on trying anything particular in the credits?
No,
No. Wow.
the credits take too long. What time did I get? Oh, nice. That's better than my practice run. All right. Thank you for watching.
Let's give it up for Vallu. That's also it for me, and I will be passing you on to the very capable hands of Proto Magical Girl.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to Awesome Games Done Quick 20.